Welcome back to Let's Play Dishonored, Burning Dog fans. We've finally gotten out of the sewers and met up with Samuel, so let's waste no more time and find out where he's taking us. The Hound Pits Pub. Okay. Hidden allies. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got in mind. Hang on. That's what I thought. I just beat a level called Dishonored. Shouldn't I have earned this achievement? Humor me for a second, folks. I'm gonna try and try and sign in to see if there's a problem with Steam's connection or something. Jump cut. Well, that didn't work. I even loaded my game and I loaded that game right before the end of the level and got out of it again, and nothing. So I guess either I actually haven't earned complete the intro missions yet, or I don't know what. Fuck it, let's see where Sammy's taking us. Whoa.
This is the Hound Pits Pub, closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing.
Who's we?
Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can.
I thought it was Princess Emily, but okay, Lady Emily. Ah, there we go, achievement unlocked, Dishonored. Mission clues updated. Samuel the boatman has smuggled you across the river from Coldridge Prison. He works for an underground movement opposed to the illegal reign of the Lord Regent, and has brought you to meet the members of the organization. No murderfish! I still have my shit? I do. Well, let's put Threadcutter away for the time being. Gotta meet some civilized people, after all. And if I don't like what they have to tell me, I guess I can poop in my hand and throw it at them. Sorry, it just popped into my head when I said civilized. Ah, the Hound Pits Bar. Oh, the Hound Pits! Shit. As in, the place where fighting dogs are made to kill each other. What an enlightened society. Yeah, I take it back. These guys aren't civilized. These guys are barbarians. So, right, I'm just looking for hidden goodies. I wonder if this counts as an outsider shrine. No, I guess not. Because it said there were 0 in the last level. I just want to wander forever. Culligan's Cigars. Emma's Hardware. I do like all these fake ads.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
Violators will be assumed to be vampires and staked through the heart.
I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
Thank you, Samuel. Really.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. We've found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story, Trevor. We all have our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy dress parties. The reality is that we need men killed. Have you ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point, as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Oops. Gentlemen!
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. But we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
Hell
We've
yeah.
got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
I like that the beer actually went down.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. There's something distinguished about you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised. Did you know I'm distant kin to the late Empress and her line? Not close enough, sadly. I'll never be emperor. Most of the nobility went straight over to the Lord Regent's side after the Empress died. Easiest thing to do. But to me, a noble birth requires a sense of loyalty. This city has fallen into ruin since the plague struck. These poor weepers moaning and bleeding from the eyes.
Oh.
They say there's no cure for the plague once it advances that far. Terrible.
Forgot to see if I could speak with Samuel. Damn. Gone.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
I was trying to turn around, damn it.
No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful.
Shit. I'm sorry, I just really want to get all the lore I can. I didn't want to lock myself out of an area. Piero is an inventor who is available to craft and upgrade equipment. Piero spends most of his time in the workshop.
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can. You don't know what it means to work with a man who stood at the Empress's right hand. We can't bring her back, but at least we have the man she trusted most. And maybe we can help you right some of the wrongs done to you. This bar is mine, but please, treat it as your home. Piero still wants a word with you. He's not a diplomat, but he's a brilliant man. Samuel is a blessing. Without him, we couldn't navigate the waters of the river at night. We keep our lights low to avoid prying eyes. What I wouldn't give to be back at sea. I told them I'd be damned if I sail under a usurper's flag. You should have seen their faces. Curse the Lord Regent.
I admire your courage to be able to say that.
I might have taken to piracy after the Navy, but then inspiration struck me, and I started assembling our little group here. The Empire was built on its Navy. Never forget that. I served proudly until the bureaucrats took over. Pendleton's a good man. Used to be close to that snake, the Lord Regent himself. Don't be fooled by the fact that Pendleton's a noble, though. Not all of them are terrible. I bought this bar years ago. There were some happy times here before the plague hit the city. Before the Empress was killed and everything went to shit. We'll make it right again, together.
I believe him when he says that. What? I don't know what just happened. Hey, can I steal this powdered crystal? Oh man, that's so much better than fucking jellied eels. Though I still like jellied eels. Okay. God damn it. Stupid physics, get on the chain! Let's jump onto it. They said that would work, right? Yeah, excellent. Hello. I'm Corvo.
If I may, I am the personal assistant to Lord Pendleton, and one of the senior servants at Pendleton House, as was my father. Now I am entrusted with this house, the home of the Loyalists. I have never seen the Admiral fail at any venture. If order can be restored to the city of Dunwall, I believe he can do it. If anyone can get your old life back, it's him.
I like the leather patches on your coat.
I don't need to tell you, if the authorities investigated this place, we would be hard-pressed to explain ourselves. We brought a few trifles over from Pendleton Manor. A touch of home in these trying times.
I understand that.
Your room in the loft should assure your privacy. Lord Pendleton was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, but there was a great shuffling of the aristocratic families. My lord was attacked by vipers from all sides. I understand you were once welcome at court, before the murder. May I say I am relieved to have another man here who knows the courtly world. This building has stood here for over 3 centuries. As long as Lord Pendleton calls it home, I would defend it with my life. I may well have to.
Hello? A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1. Good lord. Excerpt from the travel journal of a young whaler, A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1, or A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving behind our home city of Yarrow and the cold but beautiful white landscapes we had always known. Sorry, just making sure my mic wasn't turned off. That would have been embarrassing. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on to the whaling ship was the most exciting thing I'd ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. As an apprentice to the gaffer, I got to see the tracking and killing of the great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so as the wind and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale, being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. I changed more in those first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle, weather creases already wrinkling the corner of my eyes. But she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Admiralty and the Fleet. Excerpt from a book on naval history. While each of the... I do appreciate that it says excerpt, because, you know, it's like... In the Elder Scrolls, you can find all kinds of books, but these books are like 3 pages long each. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of age in the cities of Bristol, hoping to someday captain such a ship, and family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, such as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing, even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews can be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the powerful warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city. Havelock, what was it? Something on the floor? Good lord! Not the most action-packed episode, Burning Dog fans, and I apologize for that, but you know. Havelock Log Entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass-produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5. A Gaffer's Tale Volume 2. A Gaffer's Final Passage. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling. Too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the Isles and made more coin than most. Made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia. Even the best of it doesn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing under the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles east of Morley, gaff-hand frozen from the sleet, as we tracked the first bull whale we'd seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting bloc and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point,
We need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. Enmo. This is awful. Switch. Switch, where the hell is
I like Havelock. More logs, more logs! Who is this? Harpooner songs! What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler early in the morning? Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Slices throat with a rusty cleaver. Slices throat with a rusty cleaver. Slices throat with a rusty cleaver early in the morning. Stuff him in a stack. Stuff him in a sack and throw him over. Stuff him in a sack and throw him over. Stuff him in a sack and throw him over early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises early in the morning. What's up? That was a lot more bloodthirsty than What Do You Do with a Drunken Sailor, as I'm familiar with.
Oh, house or care for a friend or family member.
Sorry?
You could
Show
only be
signs of blood on
Corvo.
their face and
I suppose
chest
you're
area.
practicing for
The
your...
only way to help
well,
them
your
is
job.
to bring them to the
You're
city
much
wall.
younger than I
They will be
expected.
taken to the flooded district.
Do make
for
yourself at
treatment.
home. Terrible you got blamed for the death of the Empress. Rest her spirit.
Thank you.
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it?
Seems fine to me.
I used to be the hostess here. Oh, I could tell you stories about that, believe me. You can call on Cecilia for the more menial tasks. It's what she's suited for.
Seems very catty of you.
I hope the bed's to your liking. Let me know if you have trouble sleeping.
And that seemed like it could come on. Litany on the White Cliff, excerpt from a series of Overseer Invocations by High Overseer Abram Templeton. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those that choose to wander beyond the walls of our homes in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. I wonder if that's the asshole who was in on the murder. Mother of God!
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district.
River
Do not
crust.
attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so
What?
are considered state property.
Yeah, just making sure. The Shadow on Bitterleaf, excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns. Knots and loops of seamstress craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face towards me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So you are the lover, I presume. You too have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. You know what, let's not think about that. In fact, let's never think about that again. The Young Prince of Tivia! Lord Nathan, excerpt from a theater play. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir, clothed so in my very home. I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Kelazar, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the younger man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Kelazar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh my, Kelazar, your skin is so warm it burns. Man, fuck this room. Giant still. That actually probably is a giant still. It's a bar, right? That's where I'm going.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwell was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
So they do have a family name. Jessamine and Emily Caldwell. What? Oh, that's the... Let's not go out front just yet. Well, that was the timer. Where the hell did Pendleton go? I loaded the game and haven't talked to him yet, you see, so... My goodness, this place is big. Ah! Who the hell are you? Oh no, you're Lord Pendleton. Well, I'm going to talk to him to make sure I get the, just make sure I got all the lore I can. But in the meantime, I'm going to call it a video. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you in the next episode of Let's Play Dishonored, when we continue exploring this place and get with Pierrot to find out what the hell we're supposed to be doing. Later!